And in that respect, I think the case of Northern Ireland has something to offer the case of Northern Kosovo. I mean, in the most general terms, Northern Ireland points to the possibility that groups that have been in conflict over territory can eventually compromise and settle their differences. And specifically, it points to a solution in which Northern Kosovo could become an autonomous region within Kosovo while retaining strong links and an open border with Serbia. But I think it's important to say that the circumstances between the circumstances of Northern Kosovo and Northern Ireland are different, and the Good Friday Agreement can't be applied directly to the case of Kosovo. I mean, for one thing, there are differences over the question of recognition. I mean, Britain always recognised the independence of the Republic of Ireland. It just rejected Dublin's claim on Northern Ireland. But by contrast, Serbia doesn't recognise Kosovo, the party with which it is supposed to be negotiating the status of Kosovo's north, which isn't an insurmountable obstacle, but it is a complication in any agreement based on the idea of shared sovereignty. Another difference is the status of the disputed territory. I mean, Northern Ireland is a part of the United Kingdom, the mother state as such, with a majority British population, which is claimed by the breakaway state, which is Ireland. But by contrast, Northern Kosovo is already part of the breakaway state of Kosovo rather than a part of the mother state of Serbia, meaning there is a mismatch in their situations. If Northern Kosovo were to be analogous to Northern Ireland, it would be an Albanian part of Serbia, which Kosovo coveted. And if Northern Ireland were to be analogous to Kosovo, it would currently be part of the Irish Republic, and the dispute would be about the UK's wish to have Northern Kosovo back. So that's two differences, and there is a third difference. Perhaps this is the most important of all, which is about the population and the demography of Northern Kosovo. In Northern Ireland, the issue is about the presence of two groups, roughly equal in size, who share the same physical space, but cannot agree which state they want to be part of, for which the answer is shared sovereignty and autonomy. In other words, as I said, to live at the same time in the UK and Ireland, and neither. But this is just not the problem in Northern Kosovo, which has a homogenous population of Serbs, which overwhelmingly wants Northern Kosovo to be fully a part of Serbia, which means, apart from anything else, that the idea of power sharing, which applies in Northern Ireland, would simply not be relevant to Kosovo. And if some kind of power sharing arrangement between Serbs and Albanians were applied, it would surely only complicate matters rather than solve them. So I think, put together, these differences mean that the Good Friday Agreement offers only kind of limited lessons for Kosovo. It's essentially a solution to a different problem, without direct read across to the situation in Northern Kosovo. And the more relevant precedent to the status of Northern Kosovo today is the earlier solution, involving Northern Ireland's separation from the Republic, which I suspect is how the Kosovo issue, and specifically the status of Northern Kosovo, will ultimately be resolved.